What is it to be a merciful person? So when we think about mercy, we often think about something like somebody like Jesus Christ, or not killing somebody in battle, or just being nice to somebody when we didn't really have to be. And I think the latter is the truth. When somebody is mean to us, being nice to them can be mercy. When we are fair to ourselves in response to a part of ourselves really detailing what we did wrong, that is also mercy. And deciding to realize what mercy is in general, universally, is the best kind of mercy. It is the kind of mercy that transfers into actions, the actions that we take. So if somebody hurts you and you you are very emotionally or physically hurt, it doesn't mean forgiving them necessarily. It just means that you try to understand why they did it, and then maybe you take action. You should always take action when somebody hurts you. You should either report it to the police or say I'm never going to see this person again. Both those things are good at once. And you should also look for that in other people before you really get to know them. Do they have the same character traits of those who have hurt you? To those that you pushed away and maybe even reported to the cops? If they have those similar traits, if they have those similar vibrations, then definitely learn from what you've been through and do not go towards people like that, because you will encounter people that are abusers like the ones that you had in the past. And your mercy should be directed towards yourself in these cases. But when it comes to cases where you're not physically harmed, you're not emotionally harmed, you just have a really big disagreement, or somebody follows a different path, and you really want to explain yourself. So if you have a disagreement with somebody, let's just say not even a spiritual one, let's say you and somebody else fundamentally disagrees about something. Um, you can say something very simple that most people will never say. You know, maybe you're right, and maybe I'm wrong, or it's possible that I'm not the person to ask about this topic. Human beings in general have a lot of tendencies to have an opinion about things, and we like to think that we know everything. It's very easy to think that, especially when the ego enslaves the intellect. This is a thing in Hinduism where when the intellect is enslaved by the ego, then we will reason our way into selfishness. And we should always be guided by the idea that our ego is going to get in the way. It's not something that should be embraced. It's something that's going to get in the way, and we have to fight it, because not necessarily because we are lesser than the ego wants us to be, as much as it is we can't see reality if we're mainly ego, or if our motivations or intellect is enslaved by ego. We cannot see reality as it is. Many people want to follow an adversarial path. They want to be against something rather than just completely for something. This is true in politics, it's true in spirituality, it's true in even day to day interactions, conversational reactions. We, we want to have a definitive stance on everything, because we feel like if we don't have um, a clear definition or imprint in reality itself. We want to found our personality and what we believe uh, most of the time, because human beings, we want to be. It's not that we necessarily want to be unique, though that is also true. We want to be founded in our experiences. We want our experiences to matter, to mean something to us, and to be relevant. We want other people to recognize that our experiences are relevant, that what we believe is relevant and what we do is relevant. We want a place among humanity. We don't want to take up somebody else's place. We want to be something in and of ourselves. Even if we copy everything from somebody else, we still want to add our force to humanity. And when it comes to trying to convince the world to found our place in reality, we make a lot of mistakes. We decide to be a person that is often too forceful or too ready to accept what we are not sure of. There's a lot of egoic things that happen when we are trying to found our place without truly understanding our place. Not because somebody else is better, but because we don't really understand ourselves. Coming back to being a merciful person, um, when we truly acknowledge how much we don't understand, it's easier for us to understand others and the similar place that they are in. We can believe whatever we believe without trying to either force it onto others or to even accept it as the only truth. We can accept truth as the highest truth that we can understand for now and then develop our understanding. We don't have to stick to smaller truths that we realize at the time. We can always evolve and become somebody who realizes grander things than what we did in the past. That's okay. That's fine. To be a merciful person is to really understand one's lack of understanding and to embrace that we're all on this journey together and we don't completely understand it as human beings. To be a merciful person is to, even if we think somebody is very, very unintelligent in what they believe, or as long as they're not hurting us, we don't take issue with it. Sometimes it's actually beneficial to just see people grow without trying to intercede in their growth, and to let them grow naturally. And to be a merciful person is to let people grow naturally as long as they're not inhibiting us. And we don't always have to be right. We can also be merciful towards ourselves, like I said, where we don't have to judge ourselves too harshly, and merciful towards our environment. The effect that we have on our friends, family, and even our pets, it can be gentler. We can be gentler in the ways that benefit all of these different parties, and also the earth itself. So there are many ways to be merciful, but the main ones that I was talking about today are psychological and in the interactions with our friends, family, and other human beings. But there are many ways to practice mercy, and it's not about it being it's not weak. It's actually strength, because you acknowledge that these things are a reality, or the reality that we can understand. And if we behave this way, then it's more likely we'll have a positive effect on this earth and humanity, and also on the earth itself and the consciousness, the grander subconscious of this earth. We can clean our effect on it, and other people have their own responsibility to clean theirs, but we can pick up our end. At any rate, this has been a video about mercy. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been interesting, and I hope to see all of you on the channel in the future.